Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while. I want to talk about the fear of filming and being on camera and or pictures. So for as long as I can remember, I've always hated being on camera. I didn't like being in pictures. I definitely didn't like being in videos. But I know that this is something people deal with, especially if you're trying to do something like YouTube or any other social media platform. Please note that this video isn't about giving you tips or giving you the one sure way to get over not liking being in camera or not liking being in videos. This is just my personal experience that I wanted to share. Especially as a creator on here, sometimes we don't see the other side of things. It's not always super easy, especially for me. Like being on camera and looking at the lens versus focusing on myself to make sure that I am whether still in the frame, or if I have something in my teeth, or if I need to back up or get closer. I have all these thoughts in the back of my head when I'm filming a video. Now, I know a lot of people who have been doing this for a really long time, and they definitely check that stuff beforehand. They know exactly the placement they like to be on camera. But for me, I never liked to be on camera in the first place. So it's something that I am working through as I continue to make videos on here. One thing I noticed that I do is I will hold my breath the whole time I'm filming, and then as soon as I press that off button, I let out like a huge breath of air. And I even do it in between filming videos like this. I did that last part. I paused so that I can look at my notes, and then I realized I was still holding my breath. It's kind of crazy because I didn't realize I always did it. But it comes really from fear. Part of that fear comes from feeling awkward in front of a camera, or it comes from hating how you might look on camera, or it comes from trying to remember everything that you want to say, or sometimes you also think maybe the person on the other side of the camera doesn't really care or won't care what you have to say. All those things add to the fear, and I think it's important to recognize them, but not to let them overtake what you're trying to do. One thing I did have to realize is nothing that I film will be as perfect as I think it should be. We are the hardest on ourselves, and that definitely comes out when you're looking at a video, when you're rewatching it, when you're editing it. You always will have a thought of, oh, I could have done this better, or I could have done that. But we tend to let that stop us from moving to the next step. So what I try to do is just film as much as possible. I know that I might missay something, or it might not be in the order that I meant to say it. However, I filmed something, and that is something that is a huge step for me because I would have never done this years ago. Like, never. I've also heard it been said that you should just turn on the camera and film as much as possible, in the sense of just like you're talking to a friend. And that's supposed to make you feel more comfortable. For me, I don't necessarily like to film for no reason. I like to actually try to do a video that I want to post. And I might not post that first, second, or third version of it, but I've kind of got the practice down. I've got it in the back of my head, and I don't feel as nervous with it. And another part of this is, even if you don't feel comfortable right away, keep going at it. I still feel extremely awkward in front of cameras, and I'm hoping that changes, but it's a really slow process, and I want you to know that that is okay. I am not completely over my fear of being in film or on camera in photos, but I recognize it and I'm working on it. It's important that we don't let it stop us from going after our dreams. Fears should be recognized and worked on. We should not beat ourselves up about them, but we should realize what is making us fearful and how can we move forward. Your dream is possible, even if it's being in front of a camera. Even if that is a scary thought, it is so possible, and we can do this together. So I just kind of wanted to give a little bit on my perspective on this, and maybe in the future I will have better tips for you guys on things that I personally learned. But for now, I just want to share my experience with this. And then if you also have a similar experience, please comment that down below. I would love to hear your story and just kind of maybe bounce ideas off of each other. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.